Hello guys, good evening. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I really appreciate it. You're very welcome to my channel. And those of you who are stopping for the first time, hi, my name is Ajala and I want us to talk about something very important. But quickly, please just click on the red button that says subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. That would help my channel to grow, and then share this video to as many people as you can as well. This would have been something that I would have laughed about had it not been that somebody is missing. That is Halima Abubakar, and it's a matter of life and death, and it is something that has always been on the news. Saudi Arabia, as a matter of fact, all the Gulf countries have been in the news for the wrong reasons. It is always about human trafficking. It is always about man's inhumanity to man. It is always about somebody taking advantage of another person. Typically, those who are the Arabs will take advantage of the Africans, they will take advantage of the Filipinos, they will take advantage of the Pakistanis, the Bangladeshis, all these low-skilled and low-income people who go to their countries to work. Today, it is Halima Abubakar, who has been missing for about a week right now. Nobody knows exactly where she is. And this is the reason why she's even missing in the first place. Her boss has been exploiting her. She went to Saudi Arabia, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, to work as a maid. Typically, most of them go there. I always advise Africans to understand the power tussle that is going to happen between you and the people. As soon as you get to that country, you become powerless. So the man was always subjecting her to his TikTok lives and all his social media platforms, and making a lot of money from endorsements, from people giving him money. And however it is, I'm not on TikTok, but anyway, they make money on TikTok. The man was really making money and going viral, getting viral videos back to back on account of this lady, and she never consented. He always forced her to do things on camera that she did not want to do. She was not interested in being on his TikTok account, but then again, power tussle, so she could not really say no. These are several of the videos. Look at them all over. They are all over the internet, of him basically forcing her to do what she didn't know, and he became a millionaire from that. Now she got tired and she ran away. So she ran away, and guess what? This Arab man had the bad manners. He had the bad manners to film her as she was running away, and then go and now tell the authorities that she stole his expensive jewelry, expensive clothes and shoes, and that's why she ran away to go and hide. This is not the first time that they are doing something like this to an African. She's not the first, and I don't think she's going to be the last, and she's not the only one. It is something that happens on a fairly regular basis in Gulf countries. While we are shouting and trending this hashtag, that justice for Halima, I would like us to ask all my fellow Africans, when we say justice for Halima, what do we mean? What do we mean? We mean that that guy should be brought to book, right? What are those books that he should be brought to? In Saudi Arabia, do they have any law that criminalizes taking advantage of people? Do they even have any law, let me ask first, criminalizing slavery? Because I know for a fact that well into the 20th century, up until the 1970s, most of the Arab countries, slavery was still legal to them. Okay, and therefore there's a mindset in their heads that it is okay for a human being to degrade another human being, to own another human being. And even though it is wrong, let's understand that these people still live somewhere behind us. What do we mean by justice? Do we want the man to be punished under which laws? Ugandan laws, or which laws exactly? The Saudi laws? Okay, do they have any laws protecting Africans, protecting low-income immigrants from their countries? All the ones that have been happening, because this is not the first time, on several occasions these kinds of news have been breaking out. All the ones that have been happening, who has been brought to book? Who has been brought to book? What book was the person brought to? I think we have to be more deliberate about this, because a lot of people are saying what they are saying out of anger, out of emotions. But I found that I needed to just take myself back and sit down and ask myself first, what exactly do we mean by justice for Halima? What do we want from her? For her, we want her to be brought back to Africa. What about the money that she has been working for him so far? Has he been paying her? Is there going to be any justice in us just removing her out of anger and bringing her back? Let's think about these things. What about the Ugandan ambassador? Do they even have an embassy there? Does Uganda even have an embassy there? What about us African countries? Do we have embassies there? Are our embassies strong enough? Can our ambassador make any move there? These are factors that we should consider before we pack our load and go to somebody's country and say you have gone to work. I'm going to upload a video. The next video I was going to upload really is even about blacks in the UK, but they have it better there than in these Gulf countries. I made a video a few months ago telling people that my 2 legs, even with a bag, you're not going to see me in any Gulf country. To go and do what there? To go and do what? And it's because of the kind of deep-seated racism that is there. This man's channel could not have grown as fast as it did if not because he was dehumanizing an African. He's not really good when it comes to content creation. But here we are today, we are demanding for justice. But I wish that we could get to a point, and I think this should be a clarion call for all young people, young Africans who want to put a stop to this, that we have to understand that there's a system that enables it. There's a system that makes other races look at black people and think, let me find the best way to take advantage of this person. I can do whatever I want to do to this person, and nothing is going to happen. One, I think it's because we Africans, we generally are always bickering among ourselves. We have this inability to unite. Anytime you open social media, you will see from time to time the Ugandans picking on Nigerians, the Nigerians picking on the Ghanaians, South Africans picking on xenophobia, and you just name it. So even among ourselves, we are able to divide ourselves. We don't see ourselves as one, and therefore you will find that it's going to be very easy for a Nigerian, for example, to see this. A few weeks ago, I saw a video trending from Uganda or from East Africa, where they were talking about how Nigerians are taking up their women and their jobs. And if I was going to follow that one, I would have sat down and said, okay, that's their problem. Let them deal with it. After all, the girl is a Ugandan, so let them deal with it. When it is a Nigerian, I will deal with it. But we cannot continue like this. We have to find out what exactly is it that makes these people think that it is okay for you to do whatever you want to do to get away with it because you did it to an African. And I think it is because, one, our countries are weak. We're too busy bickering among ourselves. You understand that kind of thing. So now I wish that we would get to a point where all the embassies and high commissions in Saudi Arabia of all African countries should be able to write and demand that, one, an inquiry should be launched and they should bring that girl out, whether dead or alive, wherever she is. That girl should be brought. Let us see her first. And then that man should be brought to book. It could be that they don't even have any laws to prosecute him, and that's why the people don't think that they are doing anything wrong. It's a cultural thing. Do you understand? If that is the case, we have to come back home and educate our people to understand that the dignity of gari and sugar, gari and kuli kuli inside Africa, in your African village with your grandmother, and nobody is going to dehumanize you, is better than millions of petrodollars when it comes at the cost of your dignity. I think that's one of the things that we have to understand, that these people, until such a time when they come to their senses, they don't deserve to have Africans as their mates. Our ladies should be precious to us, and we should not allow just about anybody to do anything. You know, he could have gone to have sexual relations with her without her permission, and some of them, they have to endure all sorts of abuse. I understand that immediately you land in these Gulf countries, especially the Saudi Arabia, they will seize your passport. Once they seize your passport, you become their slave there. The contract would normally say that you should have 1 day off, but they will not give you that 1 day off. And some of them, they will force you, according to the stories that I hear, for those who have worked there and were able to escape. You are supposed to work in only one household, but you see them, sometimes you come and find yourself having to work in 2 or 3 households. These people don't want to do their own job, but they want you to do it for them, and then you should do it for them for free. Why would somebody willingly go to such a country in the first place? Okay, so guys, while I join my voice to yours to say, yes, let us as much as possible bring justice to this girl, but let us task ourselves to make sure that whatever it is that enables this should stop in the first place, so that Africans will not have to be going en masse every time you see Africans going to go and become house helps. Is it house help that is the only job we can do there? We can be lawyers, we can be doctors, we can be engineers, and we are. But then again, we have to empower our women much more than we already do. This is very, very, very painful for me, and I felt like, let me just give us another perspective to it. Justice for Halima, quite okay, but would it be so hard for Africans, starting from the Ugandan government? They should recall their ambassador in protest. When they recall the ambassador in protest, other African countries should do that. Then the African Union should write a letter specifically demanding that something be done about this and address it to all the Gulf countries. But because all our African leaders are old, they don't even know how painful this thing is to us, and they always go cap in hand begging for petrodollars from these people. So that's just me. I don't know. I don't even know how this thing became a rant at the end. But I hope you got the point of what I was trying to say. That we have to stop acting, being reactionary. You understand? When these kinds of news come out like this, we should do something to make sure that it ends, and it ends once and for all. Thank you very much for spending this time with me. I really appreciate it. Remember to write me your comments in the comment section. Let me know what your opinion is. How do you think we can solve this problem? Because me, my own temporary way of solving the problem is not to visit the Middle East at all. With a beg, if you come and say, Ajala, come, take, please come and go and live in Qatar. Ajala will not go. Come and go and live in Saudi Arabia. With a beg, I'm not going to go there. But there are people who want to go, so we need to protect ourselves from it. If they see an American, if they see him walking naked, they will not try it. Why is it that it's the Ugandan? Why is it that it's the Nigerian? It's the South African? It's the Congolese? Why? It is something that we have not done together as a race. Please let us get our act together. Thank you so much, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.